I absolutely went ham buying books for my birthday, and not sorry in the least. I am Rose, I am at home, and I have a giant stack of books that I got for my birthday. Some of them, actually one of them was bought for me, the rest I got for myself because that's what adults do. We buy ourselves birthday gifts and we totally deserve them. You should go buy that book. Anyway, let me go ahead and get started before this gets as long as my birthday video. Sorry for how long that was, but it was so much fun and I hope you enjoyed it. The first book that I want to talk about, I actually did not buy in October. It was a pre-order and it came out at the end of September. And here's the thing I don't like about pre-orders. They ship them on the release date. They don't ship them so that you get them on the release date. So if you pre-order, you can't actually get it the day that it comes out. You have to wait. And I know I have 5 million books and I never read things the second that they come in, but it's just one of those like, I don't know how to explain it, but I'm like, I kind of would like things when they come out. And it is V.E. Schwab's Fragile Thread of Power. Check that. Oh, let me hide. I love this cover. This is in the world of her Shades of Magic series, but from what I understand, it's like an alongside. It's not a continuation of that series. It's just set in the same universe. So I think it's supposed to be new characters. Let's find out. Okay. A new door opens. Once there were 4 worlds, nestled like pages in a book, each pulsing with fascinating power and connected by a single city, London. After a desperate attempt to prevent corruption and ruin in the 4 Londons, there are only 3. Grey London, thriving but barely able to remember its magical heritage. Red London, ruled lately by the Maresh family, flourishing and powerful. And White London, left to brutality and decay. Now the worlds are going to collide anew, brought to a dangerous precipice by the discoveries of 3 remarkable magicians. There's Kossica, the child queen of White London, who has nourished her city on blood and dreams, whose growing devotion to both is leading her down a dangerous path. There's Delilah Bard, born a thief in Grey London, who crossed the worlds to become a legend far from there. She's an infamous magician, a devious heroine, and a risk-taking rogue, all rolled into one unforgettable package. Having disappeared to seek a new adventure, an old favor now called Delilah back to a dangerous port, to join some old friends who need more help than they ever realized. And then there's Tess, a young runaway with an unusual and powerful ability, hiding out in Red London while trying to stay out of the limelight. Tess is the only one who can keep all the worlds from unraveling, if she manages to stay alive first. Okay, so I don't want to ruin the Shades of Magic series, but yes, multiple of those characters mentioned were in the original series, and so I don't know if you need to read that for this or if it's just a good idea, but it's brilliant if you haven't read it, so I suggest that you read that, but I'm also super looking forward to reading this. Early in October, Target did another one of their BOGO 50 sales. So you buy one book and you get the next book at 50% off. So I had to take advantage. And the first thing I picked up is Black Cake. I love this cover. So I got this because it had been on my list for a while. I just hadn't picked it up. I kept seeing it and thinking, okay, well, next time I come for books, next time I come for books. And then I saw the trailer for the new series. I'm not sure which streaming service it's on, but I was like, I have to read that book. I really want to watch that series, but I want to read the book first. So here it is. And I'm super excited for this one. Okay. We can't choose what we inherit, but can we choose who we become? In present-day California, Eleanor Bennett's death leaves behind a puzzling inheritance for her 2 children, Byron and Benny, a traditional Caribbean black cake made from a family recipe with a long history and a voice recording. In her message, Eleanor shares a tumultuous story about a headstrong young swimmer who escapes her island home under suspicion of murder. The heartbreaking tale Eleanor unfolds, the secrets she still holds back, and the mystery of a long-lost child challenge everything the siblings thought they knew about their lineage and themselves. Can Byron and Benny reclaim their once close relationship, piece together Eleanor's true history, and fulfill her final request to share the black cake when the time is right? Will their mother's revelations bring them back together or leave them feeling more lost than ever? Charmaine Wilkerson's debut novel is a story of how the inheritance of betrayals, secrets, memories, and even names can shape relationships and history. Deeply evocative and beautifully written, Black Cake is an extraordinary journey through the life of a family changed forever by the choices of its matriarch. That sounds amazing, and this might end up being a November read. I have so many things that I want to put on the list for November, but I want to do those kind of heavy-hitting, tug-at-the-heart, family, lit fiction, those types of things for November, and this absolutely fits 100% into what I'm looking for. If you would like to see what I do end up picking for November, go ahead and subscribe to this channel, and that video should be up within about a week. The thing I paired up with that is Remarkably Bright Creatures, and it is by Shelby van Pelt. This is another one. I've been looking at it. I keep hearing all of these amazing reviews, and I kept saying, okay, next time I'll grab it, next time I'll grab it, next time I'll grab it. And so I went ahead and grabbed it this time. And this one I believe is kind of odd, but it sounds amazing. After Tova Sullivan's husband died, she began working the night shift at the Sewell Bay Aquarium, mopping floors and tidying up. Keeping busy as always helped her cope, which she's been doing since her 18-year-old son, Eric, mysteriously vanished on a boat in Puget Sound over 30 years ago. Tova became acquainted with curmudgeonly Marcellus, a giant Pacific octopus living at the aquarium. Marcellus knows more than anyone can imagine, but wouldn't dream of lifting one of his 8 arms for his human captors until he found a remarkable friendship with Tova. Ever the detective, Marcellus deduces what happened the night Tova's son disappeared, and now Marcellus must use every trick his old invertebrate body can muster to unearth the truth for her before it's too late. Shelby van Pelt's debut novel is a gentle reminder that sometimes taking a hard look at the past can help uncover a future that once felt impossible. Oh my God, y'all! I'm so at this again. I have so many. I know that's what I pick, that's what I buy, and that's why this works so well for November, but oh my goodness, I think sooner rather than later. Okay, so I bought another set of 2. I haven't peeled off these stickers yet. The good thing about Target, whenever they do a sale, it's on top of their already sale price. So some places like Barnes & Noble, when they do a sale, they put it back to the regular price and then take the percentage off of that. Target doesn't do that. So these were BOGO, and it started at the 30% off price. So this is Lisa C's Lady Tan's Circle of Women. I need to get this sticker off. It started to rip, and I was like, I'm just going to leave it for right now. It's also supposed to be a signed copy. I can't imagine it's signed. Oh, well, that does look like blue pen to me, but I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, oh, if she signed all the copies for Target, that's crazy. But this has also been on my list. It was also almost something I picked up from Book of the Month Club, but the sale with the BOGO 50 was a better price than Book of the Month, so I went ahead and got it at Target. So this is another one of those heavy-hitting family things. According to Confucius, an educated woman is a worthless woman. But Tan Yuxan, born into an elite family haunted by death, separations, and loneliness, is being raised by her grandparents to be of use. Her grandmother is one of only a handful of female doctors in China, and she teaches Yuxian the pillars of Chinese medicine, the 4 examinations, 6 pernicious influences, 7 emotions, and that the body is a reflection of the cosmos. From a young age, Yuxian learns that women's illnesses, many of which relate to childbearing, alongside a young midwife in training, Mei Ling. These 2 girls find fast friendship and a mutual purpose, despite the prohibition that a doctor should never touch blood, while a midwife comes in frequent contact with it, and they vow to be forever friends, sharing in each other's joys and struggles. No mud, no lotus, they tell themselves. From adversity, beauty can bloom. But when Young Xian is sent into an arranged marriage, her mother-in-law forbids her from seeing Mei Ling and from helping the women and girls in the household. Young Xian is to act like a proper wife, embroider bound-foot slippers, pluck instruments, recite poetry, give birth to sons, and stay within the walls of the family compound, the garden of fragrant delights. How might a woman like Young Xian break free of these traditions, go on to treat women and girls from every level of society, and lead a life of such importance that many of her remedies are still used 5 centuries later? How might the power of friendship support or complicate these efforts? Lady Tan's Circle of Women is a captivating story of women helping other women. It is also a triumphant reimagining of the life of a woman who was remarkable in the Ming Dynasty and would be considered remarkable today. So historical fiction, and sounds amazing and awesome and heart feels. I'm so looking forward to it. Okay, so the last Target purchase was Tom Lake by Ann Patchett. And all of them were ones that, what I ended up picking up were ones that I'd seen over and over again and debated over and over again. And finally, in the sale, I had to go ahead and pick it up. And it's another one that's going to be one of those lit fiction, heart-feeling ones. In this beautiful and moving novel about family, love, and growing up, Ann Patchett once again proves herself to be one of America's finest writers. In the spring of 2020, Laura's 3 daughters returned to the family orchard in northern Michigan. While picking cherries, they begged their mother to tell them the story of Peter Duke, a famous actor with whom she shared both a stage and a romance years before at a theater company called Tom Lake. As Laura recalls the past, her daughters examine their own lives and their relationships with their mother, and are forced to reframe their understanding of the world that they thought they knew. Tom Lake is a meditation on youthful love, married love, and the lives our parents led before they were our parents. As in all of her novels, Ann Patchett combines compelling narrative artistry with piercing insights into family dynamics. The result is a rich and luminous story, told with profound intelligence and emotional acuity that demonstrates once again why she is one of the most acclaimed literary talents at work today. Doesn't that sound great and beautiful and all about families and having a life in the theater before children, which just sounds wonderful, and I'm so here for it. So the next book in the pile was a gift to me from my son. This was Liam's birthday present to me, and it is Brandon Sanderson's The Frugal Wizard's Handbook for Surviving Medieval England. And I am so here for this. Oh, and look at the insides. How gorgeous is that? Look at that. Yes. Absolutely here for this. Okay. A man awakens in a clearing in what appears to be medieval England with no memory of who he is, where he came from, or why he is there. Chased by a group from his own time, his sole hope for survival lies in regaining his missing memories, making allies among the locals, and perhaps even trusting in their superstitious boasts. His only help from the real world should have been a guidebook entitled The Frugal Wizard's Handbook for Surviving Medieval England, except his copy exploded during transit. The few fragments he managed to save provide clues to his situation, but can he figure them out in time to survive? How much fun does that sound? That sounds amazing. I am so here for this. This sounds like a great, great time. The next book I'm going to talk about is the last thing that I picked up, but everything else is kind of themed together. So I wanted to go ahead and add this to the first part, but it is Jasmine Ward's Let Us Descend. How adorable is that cover? So this is going to be lit fiction. This is going to be hard hit. This is going to have the feels. I just know it. And I am so here for this. I cannot wait. So Let Us Descend is a reimagining of American slavery, as beautifully rendered as it is heart-wrenching, searching, harrowing, replete with transcendent love. The novel is a journey from the rice fields of the Carolinas to the slave markets of New Orleans, and into the fearsome heart of a Louisiana sugar plantation. A niece sold south by the white enslaver who fathered her is the reader's guide through the hellscape. As she struggles through the mile-long march, Anise turns inward, seeking comfort from memories of her mother and stories of her African warrior grandmother. Throughout, she opens herself to a world beyond this world, one teeming with spirits, of earth and water, of myth and history, spirits who nurture and give, and those who manipulate and take. While Ward leads readers through this descent, this, her fourth novel, is ultimately a story of rebirth and reclamation. From one of the most singularly brilliant and beloved writers of her generation, this miracle of a book inscribes Black American grief and joy into the very land, the rich but unforgetting forests, swamps, and rivers of the American South. Let Us Descend is Jasmine Ward's most magnificent novel yet, a masterwork for the ages, and I am here for it. This sounds so amazing. Another one that I just cannot wait for. So I really went ham in this category. I get so excited about this. So last year, I decided I was gonna just lean into the holiday thing, and I got like 3 holiday cozy mysteries and had the world's best time. So this time I've decided I am gonna pick up some cozy mysteries. I don't have any here, but I got a stack of cozy holiday romances. And so that's what all of these are. So if you're looking for things that you're gonna read in December, pay attention to this because these all sound amazing. The first one is called One Christmas Morning, and it is by Rachel Greenlaw. Here, check that. Isn't that a beautiful little cover? This sounds amazing. So I'm not sure that this one is a romance. I think this is just a holiday story. Okay. Eva has spent the past 3 years burying herself in her work, trying to forget the heartbreaking events of the Christmas that ripped her world apart. This year, the last thing she wants is to attend her friend's weekend-long Christmas party. But at her husband James's insistence, here they are. When Eva, overwhelmed with bittersweet memories, tries to sneak back to London in the middle of the night, she is visited by the ghost of her beloved grandmother. Gran tells Eva that she doesn't face her fears head on and stop shutting out her loved ones. She risks losing them all forever. When Eva wakes on Christmas morning, she finds herself living not her own life, but that of her hard-working assistant, Diana, whose overflowing inbox isn't the only secret she's been keeping. The next day, Eva wakes on Christmas morning again, this time in the body of her best friend's little sister. As Eva lives the same day again and again through the perspective of her friends, she glimpses the lives of those she had been pushing away. With each day comes a new lesson, and an insight into the secrets and struggles her loved ones have been hiding. To move forward, Eva must let go of the past. But is it too late to fix her future? So it sounds like it's a take on A Christmas Carol, and I am so here for it. It sounds like it's going to be an amazing holiday story. It is not super long, and you will see this in December, so make sure you subscribe so that you can hear all about it. This one is a romance. It is Lucy Score, The Christmas Fix. Look at that. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay. Single dad and town manager Noah Yates has always taken his responsibilities seriously. But when a late season hurricane turns merry Connecticut into a disaster, he's left scrambling to pick up the pieces of the home he loves. That is, until renovation expert and reality TV star Catalina King shows up with a camera crew and a budget big enough to put the town back together. It seems like the perfect Christmas gift, but Noah isn't so sure. He doesn't want a celebrity diva capitalizing on their tragedy or filling his daughter's head with visions of glitz and glam. The last time Kat was in town, after all, she caused nothing but trouble. Kat is used to being underestimated, but Noah has an uncanny knack for getting under her skin. They can't be in the same room together without rubbing each other the wrong way. Except for that one time in the dark alley where the rubbing was just right. Can these enemies work together to pull off a Christmas miracle? Or will their fighting leave them both on the naughty list? So sounds like friends to lovers, sounds like a good time, and also home renovation, which you guys know is one of my interests, and I am here for this. This is going to be so much fun. Next up, A Winter in New York by Josie Silver. How cute is that? Okay. When Iris decides to move to New York City to restart her life, she realizes she underestimated how big the Big Apple really is. All the nostalgic movies she'd watched with her mom while eating their special secret recipe gelato didn't quite do it justice. But Bobby, Iris's best friend, isn't about to let her hide away. He drags her to a famous autumn street fair in Little Italy. And as they walk among the food stalls, a little family-run gelateria catches her eye. Could it be the same shop that's in an old photo of her mother's? Curious, Iris returns the next day and meets the handsome Gio, who tells her that the shop is in danger of closing. His uncle, sole keeper of their family's gelato recipe, is recuperating from a stroke and can no longer remember it, so they can't make more. When Iris samples the last remaining batch, she realizes that their gelato and her gelato are one and the same. But how can she tell them she knows their secret recipe when she's not sure why Gio's uncle might have given it to her mother in the first place? Iris offers her secrets to help recreate the gelato and soon finds herself falling for Gio and his family. But when Gio's uncle finally recovers, all the secrets Iris has been keeping threaten to ruin the new life and new love she's been building all winter long. So winter ice cream? I don't know, but I'm here for it. It sounds so adorable. Okay, so I'm so excited for this. Tessa Bailey's Wreck the Halls. How much more Christmassy can you get than Wreck the Halls? Yes. Okay. Melody Gallard may be the daughter of musical royalty, but her world is far from glamorous. She spends her days restoring old books and avoiding the limelight. One awkward tabloid photo was enough, thanks. But when a producer offers her a lot of money to reunite her mother's band on live TV, Mel begins to wonder if it's time to rattle the cage, shake up her quiet life, and see him again, the only other person who could wrangle the rock and roll divas. Beat Dawkins, the lead singer's son, is Melody's opposite. The camera loves him. He could charm the pants off anyone, and his mom is not a potential cult leader. Still, they might have been best friends if not for the legendary feud that broke up the band. When they met as teenagers, Mel felt an instant spark, but it's nothing compared to the wild, intense attraction that builds as they embark on a madcap mission to convince their mothers to perform one last show. While dealing with rock star shenanigans, a 24-hour film crew, brawling Santas, a mob of adoring fans, Mel starts to step out of her comfort zone. With Beat by her side cheering her on, she never felt so understood. But Christmas Eve is fast approaching, and a decades-old scandal is poised to wreck everything. The Steelbirds' reunion, their relationship with their mothers, and their newfound love. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I am so here for it. I cannot wait for December to get to read this one. And the next one, this was a Barnes & Noble buy. I don't know if they do it for everyone who's just a member or if it's part of the premiere thing, but I got a $10 sale thing for being a member. I also think that my account is fixed. I don't know for sure. I haven't tried it yet, but I finally got to talk to a person, not an AI, and they were like, well, you have 2 accounts. Which one do you want to keep? And I was like, I don't have 2 accounts, so I just want to keep the one I actually have. And since then, it seems like it's good. We're going to find out at some point in the near future, so I used my Barnes & Noble money that they sent me to get Mary Kate Andrews' Bright Lights Big Christmas. And it's not super long. It sounds like it's going to be a really fun read, and I'm really excited for it. Okay. It's a long way from a Christmas tree farm in the mountains of North Carolina to a certain street corner in Greenwich Village, but Carrie Tolliver, newly unemployed and romantically unattached, reluctantly agrees to make the trek and live in a tiny vintage camper with her gruff older brother and his dog, Queenie, out of family loyalty. Selling Christmas trees at the family stand on a sidewalk in New York City, Carrie is startled to find herself beginning to feel at home in this quirky little corner of the city and succumbing to the charms of Patrick, a single dad, and his adorable dragon-loving son, Austin. When a secretive, elderly neighbor goes missing with the holidays fast approaching, Carrie discovers her new friends have become family, and maybe more. Surrounded by warm childhood memories, sparkling possibility, and the magic of Christmas, will this small-town girl surrender her heart to the bright lights of the big city? Yes, it sounds like a holiday movie in a book, and I am here for it. Oh, it's gonna be so much fun. I told you I went ham, y'all. Okay. Holly Jolly Ever After, and this is by Julie Murphy and Sierra Simone. And I don't know if you can tell, but the cover's like foiled. Like, they were like, how do we get a book that Rose is gonna really want to pick up? And that's, you make a really adorable cover and add some foil, and there we go. Totally here for it. Okay. And I think these are a little over the top with the romancy parts. At least I think their other one was. But Callum Lieberman is the funny one, as the arguably lesser of the three former members of the boy band Inc. He enjoyed his 15 minutes of fame and then moved home, where he opened a regional pizza chain called Slice Slice Baby. He's living his best dad bod life, hooking up with bridesmaids at all of his friends' weddings. But after an old one-off sex tape is leaked and quickly goes viral, Callum decides he's ready to step into the spotlight again, starring in a sexy Santa biopic for the Hope Channel. Oh my goodness. Winnie Baker did everything right. She married her childhood sweetheart, avoided the pitfalls of adolescent stardom, and transitioned into a stable acting career as an adult. Hell, she even waited until marriage to have sex. But after her perfect life falls apart, Winnie is ready to redefine herself. And what better way to do that than to star in a steamier than a steaming hot mug of cider Christmas movie? With decade-old Hollywood history between them, Winnie and Callum are both feeling hesitant about their new situation as co-stars, especially Winnie, who can't seem to fake on-screen pleasure she's never experienced in real life. She's willing to do the pleasure research for science and artistic authenticity, of course, but there's no better research partner than her bridesmaid sex tape Hall of Fame co-star Callum. But suddenly, Callum's teenage crush on Winnie is bubbling to the surface, and Winnie might be catching feelings herself. They say opposites attract, but is this Holly Jolly Ever After really ready for its close-up? I think this is going to be steamier than what I'm normally used to reading. I'm going to be honest with you. I tend to skip those parts, so then people say, oh my God, there was so much in it. And I'm like, what? Where? Because I don't remember them because I kind of flipped through. Unless it's pretty clear that it means something more than what it is. I don't tend to read those, but we'll see. We will see, because the premise beyond the steamy part sounds pretty interesting. It sounds like it's going to be good. I hope I'm going to enjoy it. We will see. We will see in December. That's a lot of books. That's a whole lot of books when you also put it with the ones from my book of the month, which I will go ahead and link that right here because I got amazing things in this month's book of the month box. And I would love for you to get to see everything that I picked up in October for my birthday month. And thank you all so much for the birthday wishes down in my comments from my birthday video. I really appreciated that from everyone. So I really hope that you have an absolutely amazing week and that you get to read some absolutely amazing books. Bye, y'all.